Don't do this." Her voice was barely louder than the wind rustling through the trees. Families laughed in the distance. Teachers chatted near the grills. Music played softly. It was supposed to be a perfect school picnic. One afternoon where worries stayed behind classroom doors. But in the shade near the old oak tree, something ugly was unfolding. Everyone would remember this moment. Her name was Ava. Ava was new, quiet in a way that came from listening more than speaking. She wore long sleeves even in warm weather and carried her food carefully, like she didn't want to disturb the air around her. Since transferring schools, she had tried to blend in, sit where she was told, smile when spoken to, disappear when laughter turned sharp. The picnic was meant to help her feel welcome. Instead, it made her visible. It started small. Whispered jokes. A bag bumped, by accident. Someone took her seat and laughed when she stood unsure of where to go. Ava told herself to ignore it. Adults were everywhere. This was a safe place. Then one boy grabbed her plate and tilted it, spilling food onto the grass. "Relax," he said. "It's just a picnic." The others circled closer, feeding off the moment. Someone tugged at her sleeve. Another mimicked her voice. Phones came out, not openly, but ready. Ava stepped back, heart racing. "Please," she said again. Don't do this." They did it anyway. They pushed her backward into the tree's low branches, laughing as leaves tangled in her hair. One of them shouted something cruel, loud enough for nearby students to hear. Heads turned. A few kids froze. A few laughed nervously. Most didn't know what to do. That's when the rage began, not loud at first, but spreading fast. A teacher dropped her tongs. A parent stood up. A group of students rushed forward, forming a wall between Ava and the bullies. Someone yelled for help. Someone else grabbed a blanket and wrapped it around Ava's shoulders. "Back up," a voice said, firm, shaking with anger. "Now." The bullies tried to joke their way out. "We were just..." "Enough," said Mr. Hall, the quiet science teacher no one ever saw angry. His hands were clenched, his face pale. "You're done." The principal arrived, breathless. So did more teachers. Phones were put away, not by order, but by shame. The picnic music was turned off. Silence fell over the field like a held breath. Ava stood trembling, wrapped in the blanket, eyes wide. She expected yelling, punishment, a scene. Instead, something else happened. A student named Marcus, popular, loud, usually untouchable, stepped forward. He had watched the whole thing. He swallowed hard and said, "This isn't who we are." He turned to Ava. "I'm sorry we didn't stop it sooner." Others followed, one by one. Apologies spoken out loud. Not perfect, not polished, but real. The bullies were taken aside, not to be screamed at, but to be confronted. Parents were called. Consequences were clear. But the principal added something unexpected. "We're not ending today with hate," she said. "We're ending it with responsibility." What followed changed the school. A restorative circle was formed that afternoon. Ava chose to speak. Her voice shook, but she spoke anyway. She talked about being new, about feeling small, about how words and laughter can make a place feel unsafe, even when adults are nearby. No one interrupted. Some students cried. One of the bullies couldn't stop apologizing. Another admitted he laughed because he didn't want to be the next target. The school didn't forget what happened, but it chose to learn from it. In the weeks after, teachers rearranged seating. Students created a peer support group. A see something, say something pledge was signed by every class. Ava was invited, not pressured, to join clubs. She joined one, then another. One afternoon, at lunch, Marcus saved her a seat. "Picnic tables still make me nervous," she admitted. He nodded. "Me too. But you won't sit alone again." By the end of the year, the oak tree at the picnic site had a small plaque beneath it, placed by the student council. Kindness lives where courage speaks. Ava stood there on the last day of school, fingers brushing the words. She wasn't invisible anymore. Not because she was loud, but because people finally looked. Sometimes it takes one moment, one wrong choice, to wake a whole community up. And sometimes, it takes kindness to make sure it never happens again.